morning, students. As our Diwali vacation is over, let us start with our next part of our geography, that is the seventh chapter. Today we are going to learn about rocks and rocks type. So this is our seventh chapter. Before we learn in your textbooks, yes, so take out your page number 40. So when you will see, do you all know that do it yourself is not there in your portion? Do you know also is not there in your portion? Then also let us see the activity which is given in your textbook. Is see, the three pictures are given here, right? So the first one is a hill. The hill, as you know, the hill is made up of rocks, right? Big rocks. And the second, you can see these rocks are being loaded in a truck. And the third picture is a small pebbles, or the small size stones you can see here. So here the questions are given according to the picture. Observe the picture in the figure 7.1 and answer the following questions. So first one is given here is, what is hill in A is made up of? So here the hill A, I have told you before only, the hills are made up of big rocks. So the hill A is made up of big rocks. Here the pictures are given A, B and C name. Okay. What being done in B? So here in the B figure, what is being done? The rocks are extracted and loaded onto the truck by using a machine, right? A JCB is being used to take that rock and put it in the truck. So here in the third question, what is given us? What do we see in C? So see in C what they are doing. We see in the third picture the small stones are there. We see stones of small size. Okay, and second last question is given, is there any relationship between the three things shown above? So what is the relationship here? All the three is of the same thing we are talking is rocks. On the stones, about the stones only it has been given, right? So is there any relationship? Yes. Now let us see what is the relationship between them. By using machine, the rocks are extracted from the hills and the rocks are further split into stones. So here the hills, then the rock, whatever the big rocks are there, that is being extracted and that is being put it in a truck, and then it is being converted to small pebbles. Okay, so this is the relationship between these three pictures. And let us see the last question which is given here is, for what purpose do we use things shown in A and C? What in picture A, that is a mountain and it is made up of big rocks, and the third one is a small stones. So they are saying, what is the purpose of using this A and C? The things shown in A and C are used for constructing monuments and buildings, extracting minerals, and speculating. So here for constructing the monuments and for building etc., we are using A and C, as well as we can extract the minerals with the help of this. So this only we are going to learn in this chapter. In this chapter we are going to learn about rocks and their type, how it is being classified into different kind of rocks. So this is what we are going to learn in this chapter. So let us move further. Here it has been given, do it yourself. So this you can do by yourself. It is not compulsory to do, but as per your wish you can do it. From the hill, riverbeds or the land in your vicinity, means in your surrounding, if you can see hill, riverbeds or land, collect rock specimens from different types, shape, color, etc. So what you have to do is, in your surrounding, if you can see a different kind of rocks, you have to collect it of different shape, color, types. Then observe the rock specimen and note the following questions. So here, whatever the rock you are going to collect, you have to note it as per the points whichever it is given in the below. Place where the rock is found, color of rock, spot on the rock and their color, weight of rock, hardness of rock, structure of a rock, and prosperity of rock. Porousness means the holes and all is there if That also you have to note. So this all the points you have to note while after collecting that rock. Thus you can do it by your own, as now lockdown time is there, you are not coming to school, so you are having lot of time with you, so you can do this kind of activity to pass your time, and it will help you to learn this lesson very nicely. So you can do it by yourself, I think. So please kindly do this activity. This is also help you to create curiosity about geography subject. Okay, let us learn further. Show the rock specimens and notes to your teacher, discuss them. This we cannot do now to discuss with your teacher, but you can discuss with your friends if they are near to us, near to you, or you can send it by WhatsApp and discuss the points, whatever, or the rocks whichever you collected. You can send the photos to them. This will create curiosity and interest towards you. Okay, explanation. Now let us see what is given here. We have seen last year that earth crust is hard. This is made up of rock and soil. As you all know, the crust, what is crust, right? The uppermost layer of the land is what we call as crust, right? So this crust is made up of rocks and soil. This you have learned in the previous year. The rocks are found on land surface and also below it. So what they are telling us, the rock is also found on the land as well as the inside the land. Okay. Rocks is a mixture of different minerals formed by natural process in the lithosphere. As I have explained you the three types of spheres, right? So lithosphere is what the land surface. So here in the land surface, the different kind of minerals formed by natural process. Such kind of process mixture in the lithosphere. This is what we call as rock. The properties of rocks depends upon the constituents, minerals and their proportion, as well as on the formation process. Means here the property of rock is depending upon the minerals from which it is made and proportion, how much a mineral is mixed in that. So the proportion as well as the mineral, the constituent mineral, is depending upon the process of making a rock. Silica, aluminium, magnesium and iron are the major rock forming minerals. So here the major rock forming minerals are silica, aluminium and magnesium are the main rock forming minerals. Okay. There are other minerals too in different rocks. So this three are main, which is used for rock forming minerals, and other minerals are also being there in the different rocks. So now here the rocks are being classified into three. There are three types according to the formation process. How it is being formed, according to that, the rocks are being classified into three, that is igneous rock, sedimentary rock and metamorphic rock. So here the igneous rock is also called as primary rock. So here further we are going to learn about these three types of rock. Now only we have learned that there are three types of rock. First one is igneous rock, second is sedimentary rock and third one is metamorphic rock. So let us learn the first type of rock. As you can see here, do you know is given. So do you know is being cancelled in. So let us learn the type directly. The first type is given as igneous rock. When a molten material known as magma within the crust and lava on the surface cools down, it solidifies and giving rise to the rock. These are known as igneous rock. Now we are learning about igneous rock, right? So here you can see the crust. Crust is the layer of the first layer up, which is made up of rock and sand, which we rock and soil, which we have learned in the previous standard. So here the molten material known as magma. So here the land was as you all know, the thickest layer, the first thickest layer is the crust. Okay. Let us see here. the magma, you can see the magma comes out, right? The magma as well as the lava which is there on the crust as well as the upper layer on the surface, that when it gets cooled down and it gets solidifies means it converts into solid form. Lava is what? In a liquidy form, right? When it gets cooled down, it converts into solid form, and then after it gives rise to a rock, and this kind of rock is what we call as igneous rock, and it is also called as cooled magma. This is the first rock which has been made because of the magma. So it is what we call as primary rock. It gets easily been made first, so it is being called as primary rock also. As these rocks are found out of material from the interior of earth, these are also referred to the primary rock. As these rocks are found in the interior layer of the land, inside the earth, interior in the land, so it is also called as primary rock. Mostly these rocks appear hard and homogeneous, means this as compared to the other rocks, it is more hard, it cannot be broke. Okay, these are heavy as well as we cannot get fossils in these rocks. As here it is very heavy, so we cannot get fossils in this rock. In the further we are going to learn about what is being called as fossils. In Maharashtra plateau and the Sahyadri are formed out of igneous rocks. So here the Maharashtra plateau as well as the Sahyadris, they are being formed, most of their igneous rocks are formed. The basalt is the major example of igneous rock. So here you can see it has been formed in the inner layer of the surface of the earth, so it is also is called as the primary rock. Okay, so you can see in this picture the basalt is there, na? So it is the major example of igneous rock. Most of the hill forts in Maharashtra have lakes or elephant yards. Actually, these are old quarry sites. The rocks are extracted from these sites and used for construction of the forest and other buildings in the pits and dugouts left behind after rock extraction. Water was allowed to accumulate, and these lakes, tanks, etc. were created. Most of the hill forts, you can see here a tank is been given, right? So there are in the hill forts in Maharashtra, lakes and elephant yards are there, from where the rocks are being extracted from the sites. When after such kind of rocks are being extracted, which is being used for the construction of fort and other buildings, and then after whatever the leftovers are there or dig outs are left, there the water gets accumulated and these lakes and tanks etc. are being created there. So this is what the reservoir of a fort. Now the second what we are going to learn is sedimentary rock. Right? Due to the continuous variation in the temperature, rocks develop cracks. Similarly, the water percolating through the rocks dissolves the soluble minerals. This leads to the weathering of rocks. They get integrated or decomposed. Then they get reduced to pieces. These rock particles get transported by rivers, glaciers, winds, etc. towards the low-lying areas and are decomposed there. One after the other layer of sediments get decomposed in the way. The upper layer extract heavy pressure on the lower layer. This leads to the compaction of material and development of sedimentary rock. Because of that is lot of temperature, lot of variation in the temperature, the rocks the cracks are being formed, and that develops what? A soluble minerals, and it leads a weathering in the rocks. You can see as the rock, when the person is putting pressure, the rocks are being converted into pieces, right? So they are disintegrated or decomposed. That is why it is reduced into pieces. These rocks particles get transported by the rivers, glaciers, and winds towards low-lying area and decomposed there. As because of the pressure of exogenous pressures, means because of rain, wind, because of this kind of exogenous pressure, these rocks are converted in, because of this the cracks forms in the rock. And also the upper layer, you can see the upper layer of the crust as well as the lower layer also creates pressure. Because of this pressure, this sedimentary rocks creates a layers. We can see easily layers on the sedimentary rock. You can see here the two kind of rocks. You can see this is shale and sandstone. So here you can see the different kind of layers you can see here. While layers are getting deposited, the remains of dead animals and plants get buried in this layers at times. And because of this layers, the deposits means whatever the dead animals or plants are buried, these are being deposited in that layers. Okay, therefore one may get fossils in the sediments rock. Fossils is means what? If any dead animal is being decomposed in the or it has been buried in a soil for a long time, when we dig it, because of the rocks, whatever the present for a long time, if a dead animal or any plant, it is being deposited in the soil, so it converts into petrol or a liquid form, which helps us to get different kind of the buried remains of dead animals or plants become a subject to a heavy pressure, and because of that it gets marks in the rocks. That times the buried animals or plants get petrolified. These are called as fossils. The study of fossils provides information about the life in that period. Means if any dead animal is being buried there, so this impression or the animal's shape also it is being created in that rock, and it has been deposited for a long time, so that dead substances get converted into gets petrolified, and that is what we call as fossils. This fossils provides the information about the life in that period. Okay, so as the layers are there in the sediment rock, because of that the petrolified whatever the things is there, that gets deposited in that layer. Therefore, one can find fossils in the sedimentary rock. The sedimentary rock are generally brittle and light in weight. As we have learned before, that igneous rocks cannot, it is very hard, it cannot break it, right? But sedimentary rock is very brittle, we can break it easily, and it is very lightweighted. But igneous rock, which we have learned, it is very heavy, right? So we cannot collect fossils from the igneous rock, we can collect the fossils from the sedimentary rock. So we are here, we have seen that sandstone and shale example of sedimentary. This is the example of sedimentary rocks. And one may find coal. See, in a coal, you know, right? When the woods are being burned, so it converts into coal. The coal is also been considered as the sedimentary rock. As the chart which you can see is the magma. After melting the magma comes out or inside. Because of the pressure, it gets solidifies and it converts into igneous rock, right? Like that only, the weathering erosion, because of the sands and all, it gets there for a long time, and because of its pressure it creates a lot of layers, right? And then the sedimentary rocks are being formed, and then because of this pressure the igneous rocks as well as this sedimentary rock, because of heat and pressure, it converts into metamorphic rock. As you all know, the metamorphic means the change in the previous structure. Metamorphosis, you know that the caterpillar converts into butterfly, right? So this process is what we call as metamorphosis, the change in a process. So here, as you know, the igneous and sedimentary rock is being converted into metamorphic. So as the previous, you can see this is the igneous rock and this is the metamorphic rock. See how much difference it is. The lot of pressure and temperature is being created and then the metamorphic rock is being formed. The volcanic activity and other earth movements constantly take place on the earth. As you all know, the volcanic activity and the other earth movements are constantly taking place. While these are occurring, the igneous or the sedimentary rock in that region are subject to tremendous pressure and heat. And because of this, whatever the constantly the movements, whatever they're taking place in the earth, because of this pressure and all. Okay. This igneous and sedimentary rock, because of a lot of pressure and heat, it converts into a rock. That is what we call as metamorphic rock. This leads to change in the nature as well as the chemical composition of original rock. The crystals in the original rocks get recrystallized. Means what? Whatever the minerals are been there, that the chemical combination also been changed at that time, as well the crystals in the original rock also recrystallized. This means the rocks get metamorphized. The rock formed through such process is called as metamorphosis. Means here metamorphic rock, how it is being formed, because of the earth constant movements constantly take place because of a lot of tremendous pressure and heat. The original rock gets converted into a rock. That rock is being called as metamorphic rock. See here, as a lithosphere is there, the mantle you can see. So because of this kind of pressure, here the volcano eruption is occurring. So this because of the heat and the tremendous pressure, such kind of rock changes and this is being formed.